Welcome back to the channel. Hope you're doing well. Today's video is going to be a quick tutorial on how to configure email on your WordPress website. This is my own blog right here. I do have my contact page with a very simple contact form. If anyone comes in here, fills out their name, email, title, adds a message, clicks on send, I will receive all this information in my email account. But how exactly did I configure my website to do this? Well, I made use of a plugin here called the WP Mail SMTP by WP Forms. In my humble opinion, by far the best plugin for configuring email on your WordPress website. Over 2 million active installations. There is a reason why that is the case. Please go ahead, download, install, activate the plugin. Now when you do the same, let me show you my back end. Right down here, you will see WP Mail SMTP. Simply click on settings to begin the configuration. Now there is a paid version of the plugin, but in my humble opinion, you don't need the paid version. The free version works just fine. So I'm going to scroll all the way down in here. Under mail, this is where the fun begins. You will have to add the from email. This, of course, is going to be your primary email address associated with your WordPress website. In my case, it's alex@webmonkeyonline.com. There is the option in here to force from email to make sure that the plugin always uses this email address when sending out emails. Now, you may not need to force from email. You could test first. I'll show you how to test the configuration. If you test it out and you're not, sometimes the plugin doesn't use your name in here, you just want to go ahead and force the from email option. And then the from name, obviously this will be the name of your site. Now you can see I did not tick the first from name because when I tested my configuration multiple times, I realized that the plugin always uses the from name. So I did not need to do first from name. But in your case, you can as well just go ahead and click the first from name. There are no downsides of doing this. Okay, right in here, you have the mailer. Now this will depend heavily on who's currently hosting your email account. In my case, I'm hosting directly with SiteGround, my web hosts. But let's say you are using Mailgun as an example, right? You choose Mailgun in here, and then down in here, you'll have to provide the API key, domain name, set the region, right? If you were to go with, let's say, Spark Post as well, again, you'll have to add the API key in here, set your region. Also, Google or Gmail, you'll have to add the client ID, client secret. All these, of course, you'll get from your Google account. But in my case, I'm going to assume that you're not using any one of these services. Your web hosts, actually your email hosts as well. So what you want to do in such a scenario is you're going to go with other SMTP. Now, I'm hosting my email with SiteGround. This is their SMTP host name, which I got from SiteGround. I'll show you how I got that in just a second. Then you have your levels of encryption. You have SSL and then TLS. SSL is the secure sockets layer. TLS is the transport layer security. The TLS is an improved version of SSL. It's a more powerful, higher level of encryption. But the downside of choosing TLS is that not every email server out there works well with TLS. So you could just go with SSL as a safe option. Even though SSL is inferior to TLS, it's still a very powerful level of encryption. So SSL is just fine, okay? You don't need to go with TLS. SMTP port number 465. I'll show you how I got that in just a second. And then you have the auto TLS as well. Again, unless you're absolutely sure that your own email server works well with TLS, I will not recommend that you turn this on. Just keep it off. Authentication, please, you want to make sure this is turned on at all times. Make sure every email you're getting is actually authenticated. And then the SMTP username and password, you filled out them in here. And then simply click on Save Settings. Now, how did I get this information? Like, how did I get the SMTP host name, the level of encryption, the SMTP port number, and so on? Let's go over here to SiteGround, okay? This is the backend for my website, webmonkeyonline.com. Right in here, under accounts, under email rather, I simply went to accounts. So this will depend on your web hosts, whether you're working with Bluehost or whoever. You can simply ask them and say, hey, look, I'm trying to set up email on my WordPress website. This is the information I need. They should be able to provide it for you. In my case, it's very, very easy with SiteGround. Right down in here on the right, you can see email configuration. I have my incoming server name right there. That's what I used. And then of course the SMTP number in here, which is 465. For the email account, you can see it right here, my account name, and of course my password. I could always go ahead and create a different account name with a password. Right in here, I can just add any kind of name in here and then add my password, click on create, and then that's pretty much it. I'll simply come back in here and then just simply add the new SMTP username and then the password, and then click on save settings. Now, how would I even access my email account in the first place? Well, in the case of SiteGround, all you need to do is to grab your incoming server name right here, add / and then webmail. And you can see in my case right now, this is it right here. This is the same server name right there, / webmail, press on enter. This will bring me directly to my login page where I can now go ahead and log in with the same email and password that I have under my email account in here. So again, if you're having any trouble with this, please do contact your web host. They should be able to assist you and help you configure all of this. Now, once you've set up everything on your back end, you want to test. Make sure that the configuration is actually working. So right up here, next to general, you have the email test. So I'm going to go ahead now, and then you can add your email, another email that you want to send it to. Preferably use something like Gmail, because Gmail is a bit more reliable than Yahoo. Okay, so you can go with Gmail or another account name. HTML, make sure that's turned on. I'm going to go ahead now, click on send email. And let's see. Okay, so it says the test email might have sent, but its deliverability should be improved. Now, I very purposefully left out these two error messages because I wanted you to see it yourself, because you may see something like this. So basically, the plugin will tell you certain kinds of issues that you may have. In my case, I don't have something known as an SPF record. SPF basically stands for Sender Policy Framework. It's basically used as a method of verifying whether or not a sender is actually valid when your email account is accepting emails from remote mail servers or email clients. So this is something I'll need to rectify. And of course, there's also the D mark, which basically helps administrators to prevent hackers and other cyber criminals from spoofing your organization and domain. So these are two things I could improve on. This is a topic for another video, but just in case you see things like this, please do contact your web host or your email host. They should be able to assist you and help you solve this. So I've sent out the email. Let me drag my Gmail account right here, and you can see I got the email 0 minutes ago. So you can see this is the actual email, and it says congrats, test email was sent successfully. And of course, this is from WP Mail SMTP. So I know for a fact that my configuration is actually working properly. Again, if you're having any issues whatsoever, please do contact your email host. They should be able to assist you. Now, next to settings, you have your email log. This is only available for the paid version. So basically, all the emails that you've sent or received from your website, you will see everything in here. But again, I could see the exact same thing directly from my own email account in here. So I really don't need this additional feature. And then you have your email reports. You have your tools as well. In here, there's other tools. You have your email test. You can export the settings as well. But this is, of course, only available with the Pro version. But again, there isn't that much settings to begin with that you need to configure, so you don't really need that feature as well. But that's pretty much how to configure your website to receive and send emails with the WP Mail SMTP plugin by WP Forms. If you have any questions, comments, of course, put them down in the comment section below. I'll do my best to answer them. If you enjoyed the video, please do give it a thumbs up, share the video with anyone who may feel might benefit from it. And of course, if you haven't yet subscribed to the channel, subscribe and hit the bell so that you're notified whenever I upload a new tutorial. I'll see you next time. Stay safe out there. Cheers.